Assalamu alaikum dear students. Before taking the next part of this short story Bholi, I am going to tell you some important points that will help you to understand this short story. As you know, Bholi was completely neglected by her parents. She was not given what she deserved from her parents. Dear students, this lesson reflects the discrimination of parents to their children. A son and a daughter of the same parents are not treated equally. A son is given more love and care than a daughter by their parents. The parents start thinking big dreams for their son. And it is the daughter who is not even allowed to attend the school for getting education, which is her basic right. Dear students, you should not fight with your parents. But you should change their thinking, their feeling in a pleasurable manner. It is you who can change the world by your ability, by your strength. There's just one more thing that is reflected through this lesson, that how Bholi is treated by other children in her neighborhood or even in the school. She was laughed at. She was mimicked by other children, which developed inferiority complex in Bholi. She was not able to raise her head. Dear students, if you find any such a student who is having a problem of eyesight, physically challenged, you should not laugh at such a student. Instead of, you should help her and encourage her so that he or she won't develop inferiority complex. Dear students, let's continue this short story from where we left off. The teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had been called like that. She had never been called like that. It touched her heart. What was it that touched her heart? It was the teacher's soft and soothing voice. Bholi had never heard this kind of voice in her life. The voice that she had heard from her teacher. And what kind of voice it was? It was a soothing and soft voice. Sweet voice. Get up, said the teacher. It was not a command, but just a friendly suggestion. Bholi got up. The teacher said that it was not a command, it was not an order from him, but it was only friendly suggestion for Bholi. And Bholi was asked to tell her name. When she was asked to tell her name, sweat broke out over her whole body. Yes, why the sweat broke out over the whole body? Because she was frightened. She became nervous. That is why the sweat broke out over her whole body. Whose whole body? Bholi's whole body. Sweat means perspiration. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? Yes, she had also a fear that her stammering tongue again humiliate her among other students. For the sake of this kind woman. Here kind woman refers to the teacher. She was very kind. She was very affectionate. She was very humble to Bholi. And she decided to make an effort. The teacher. She had such a soothing voice. She would not laugh at her. The teacher would not laugh at her when she was stammering. But instead of that, she encouraged, she inspired Bholi to tell her name. She began to stammer. Bo, 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 she began to stammer. Well done, the teacher encouraged her. Come on now, full name. The teacher encouraged Bholi. The teacher inspired Bholi. She appreciated Bholi to come on with the full name. Bholi. At last, she was able to say it and felt relieved as if it was a great achievement. Who felt relieved? Bholi felt relieved as if it was a great achievement. Great achievement means a big success. That she was now able to speak clearly. She had come out of this problem. The problem? What was the problem? Stammering. Well done. The teacher patted her affectionately and said, put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everyone else. The teacher patted her affectionately. Affectionately means lovingly. The teacher touched her affectionately, lovingly. And it was the teacher who removed the fear from her heart. It was the efforts of the teacher that she would be able to speak like everyone else in the village. Bholi looked up as if to ask, really. Dear students, when she was taken to school by her father, at that time she would not dare to look up. Now the Bholi looked up. It is because of the encouragement and inspiration of the teacher. Yes, it will be very easy. You just come to school every day. Will you come? Dear students, the teacher encouraged Bholi to come to school regularly. And Bholi nodded means she was ready to come to school. And Bholi herself was astonished that she had been able to say it. She was herself surprised that she had been able to speak clearly. Didn't I tell you? Now take this book. Bholi was given a book by her teacher. The book was full of nice colored pictures, dog, horse, and this book in which there was a pictures of animals, colorful pictures, which was given to her by her teacher. In 1 month you will be able to read this book. The teacher encouraged her that she would be able to read this book. In a month she would be given a bigger book, then a bigger one. In time you will be more learned than anyone else in the village. In a time, who will be more learned? Bholi will be more learned than anyone else in the village. And no one will ever will be able to laugh at Bholi. And people will listen to you with respect. People will listen to Bholi with respect, with honor. And she would be able to speak without slightest stammer. Bholi felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temples were ringing. She felt, and bells of the village temples were ringing, and the trees in front of the schoolhouse has blossomed into a big red trees. This kind of imagination came into her mind at that time. Her heart was throbbing with a new hope and with a new life. All the credit goes to her teacher. That is why her heart was throbbing with a new beating. Throbbing means beating fast with a new hope and a new life. As you know, and how she was treated by her parents. She was completely neglected by her parents. As compared to her parents, it was her teacher who shaped her life into the right direction. Thus the years passed, and dear students, you see the changes that came in her village. The village became a small town where she lived. That became a small town. And the little primary school became a high school. The school, girls' primary school, which was opened by the Tahsildar. Now, this school had been upgraded to high school. There were now a cinema under a tin shed and a cotton ginning mill. And the mail train began to stop at their railway station. These were the changes that came in the village of Bholi. Now, Bholi's village became a small town by having such facilities. One night after dinner, Ramlal said to his wife, "Then shall I accept Bishamar's proposal?" Ramlal, there was a marriage proposal from Bishamar. Now Ramlal was going to think about this proposal. First, he was going to take the consent of his wife regarding this proposal. And yes, you must know what was his wife's consent. Bholi will be lucky to get such a well-to-do bridegroom. Well-to-do means rich. And she would be lucky, fortunate. Ya such qismat waji, imis mil yuth bridegroom. Bridegroom is one Maharaj. A big shop, imis pon bud dukan, a house of his own, several thousands in a bank. Moreover, he is not asking for a dowry. That is why they accepted. They accepted his marriage proposal. Whose marriage proposal? Bishamra's marriage proposal. That is right, but he is not so young, almost the same age as I am, and also he limps. Moreover, the children from his first wife are quite grown up. Dear students, they were ignoring all these things. Even though he is limping, he is a widower, he is the father of quite grown up children, all these things were ignored by her parents. Why they accepted? Because they had a fear she might remain unmarried all her life. That is why they accepted. Even though the Bishamar was of her father's age. And dear students, you must also know why Bholi accepted the marriage proposal. For the sake of parents' honor. As the mujib you accept. Consent, but she accepted for the sake of her parents' honor. Even though she heard their conversation, the parents' conversation, when she was on her cot, she heard. And she was treated like a dumb cow by her parents. And dear students, in the other corner of the courtyard, Bholi lay awake on her cot, listening to her parents' whispered conversation. Who heard parents' whispered conversation? Bholi. She was awakened on her cot. She was not in sound sleep. She was awakened at that time and she heard their conversation, whispered conversation. What they were conversing, what her parents were conversing. And that was heard by Bholi. And Bishamarnath was a well-to-do grocer, means rich grocer. When he came with a big party of friends, relations with him for the wedding. A brass band playing a popular tune from an Indian film headed the procession. Band Vaja. Indian film band Vaja. With the bridegroom, he was riding on a decorated horse. The bride, Maharaj. Ramlal was overjoyed to see such a pomp and show splendor. You go bada khosh you wish pomp and show at the time of her marriage. He had never dreamed that this poor daughter would be such a grand wedding. You see the feelings of Bholi's sisters. They were envious of her luck, jealous of her luck. Tamas daza. He was a qismat waj imis milya youth. Matlab husband. Is emir. Imis isa makan chupanan, dukan chupanan, several thousands in a bank. That is why they became envious of her luck. They were jealous of her luck. Who? The sisters of Bholi. Thank you.